Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alvin from Dr. Wealth, and I want to share with you an upcoming anticipated listing of Coinbase. Okay, so probably you have been using their services, and finally now it is going to be a public company, and that means that you have a chance to buy and participate in the growth of the company. So the direct listing is confirmed on 14 April 2021, right? The stock will start trading on that day itself. So I'll give you more information about what Coinbase is and are there any potential to look at for this stock. Usual disclaimer, pause and read it if you need to. Okay, what is Coinbase? Coinbase is, they call themselves an end-to-end crypto services platform, right? So they do a lot more than just helping you buying cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., right? But that is what most people do with Coinbase. But the services have gone beyond just that, okay? Not just sending, receiving, investing, all right? They are looking at, custody, storing, even borrowing and lending, staking, spending your crypto, right? Doing some payments at some of your favorite vendors who accept cryptocurrency. And they also take in institutions' money, right? Not just retail, but also institution. So Coinbase is pretty comprehensive in the services that they do, okay? Just take note that this Coinbase is a centralized exchange. That means that when you buy and sell cryptocurrency, they are the middleman. Okay, so even though cryptocurrency is a decentralized concept, but Coinbase itself is a centralized entity to enable all these transactions to go through. Later, I'll share with you more about the pros and cons of this. All right. Competitors will be definitely from China. Binance is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, right? Based on the volume and the coins that tokens are being offered. All right. Second one is also from China, Huobi. So Coinbase is the third, and that makes it the largest in the North American market. Okay, because Coinbase predominantly their customers are based in North America, while Binance, Huobi, these are mostly in China, right? And Kraken is a competitor in the same region. And it is planned to IPO in 2022, so not anytime soon this year. So that will make the market a lot more interesting, right? So now you have more options to invest in this cryptocurrency exchanges. Who are the people behind Coinbase? I pulled this out from the S1 filing. Okay, so Brian Armstrong is the CEO, and they have two classes of shares, right? Class A and Class B. Class B are the voting shares. Okay, that means they have voting power. Class A is eventually they will issue more. They will sell these Class A shares to other new shareholders that are coming in after 14 April. All right. So what you're buying is the not the very powerful voting class shares. Okay, what you're buying is the Class A shares. Okay, so you can see the breakdown over here. All right, but the key guys will be Brian Armstrong, Frederick Ursum. These are the two co-founders, and investor Mark Anderson also have a very big stake. Okay, so if you can see, all these are in the double digits, and their voting power are also pretty high, right? In totality, all of that add together will cross the 50% mark. Right? Or there's also another investor, Fred Wilson, has another 8.2% voting shares. Okay, but the double-digit ones are these three guys. All right. So the first guy, Brian Armstrong, he's the CEO of Coinbase, still the CEO. He's the first and ongoing, right? He has worked in IBM, Deloitte, and Airbnb. I read a little bit of his snippet of his history. So while working for Airbnb, he found that it was difficult to transfer money to South America, right? And then he discovered this Bitcoin white paper, and he was pretty intrigued by it, right? And he got excited and really went to code something to buy and store coins on his own. And if you can buy all those coins at those kind of prices and hold until today, it's worth billions probably. And in fact, he is a billionaire, right? So I do think that that action by itself has contributed to a lot of his wealth. And that eventually led to the founding of Coinbase with Ursum, and they went through the Y Combinator, right? It's an accelerator, and they got some funding from there. They used the money to create this Coinbase. Along the way, of course, they raised more money and becoming who they are today. And he's also the first cryptocurrency executive to sign the Giving Pledge, right? So for those who don't know what this Giving Pledge is, it's a philanthropy movement that started in the US, right? They encourage those rich people to donate most of their wealth away in their lifetime. Okay, so he is pretty philanthropic in my view, right? It's not just about changing the world with cryptocurrency, but he also wanting to do good from there. This is the co-founder Ursum, and he's an ex-Goldman Sachs trader. And it makes sense now because, Coinbase started more like a transaction-based kind of app itself. And you definitely want someone who is well-versed with the exchange, with how transaction works. And of course, a trader would have that kind of intimate knowledge about that. And that probably provided the knowledge and the know-how and experience to help Coinbase succeed even at an early stage, right, with the right foundations. And Mark Anderson, he's one of the key investors in Coinbase, okay, given his large stake over there. He's the general partner at Anderson Horowitz, which is a venture capitalist. He's actually quite influential even before he became a VC. And, all the browsers that we see, all internet browser that we take it for granted, he was one of the first guy who really designed the web browser. Okay, it's called the Mosaic. And then eventually it led him to co-found Netscape. We don't hear the company today because there was some competition with Internet Explorer, and because being Microsoft being able to bundle Internet Explorer together with Windows, and that caused Internet Explorer to be more widely used compared to Netscape. Okay, and as a VC, he has invested in a lot of successful companies such as Facebook, Slack, Instagram, Skype, Airbnb, Instacart, Skype, Slack, Stripe. Okay, so there are a lot of assets over here. There are a lot more companies, successful ones that have invested in. Okay, there's a full list of it. You can go to their website, Anderson Horowitz, to go and check a16z.com. Right. In terms of financial performance, it is fantastic, okay, the way that it is because of the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency craze starting from 2020. The bull run is back again after the crash in 2018. It just took 2 years and the craze came back even stronger, much faster, and broke new high over and over again. And given the higher trading activities, we see that their revenue have grown 136%. Okay, from 2019 to 2020, from about 500 million to about 1.1 billion dollars. Right, and another important point is that it's profitable, right, with a 28% net profit margin from a loss in 2019. So this is unusual in the sense that because a lot of the fast-growing tech companies we see that go for listing are usually loss-making, right? They're not making profits, but you can see how the craze is causing Coinbase to really benefit from it, and it is profitable now. And the Q1 results totally blew out of the water. Okay, the total revenue from that quarter alone for the first 3 months of 2021 amounted to about $1.8 billion. Okay, take note, 1 quarter, $1.8 billion. Whole of 2020 is $1.1 billion or $1.3 billion. Okay. So you can see that's a huge jump, right? About 9-fold. And 1 quarter made more money than the entire year, the preceding year. Okay, so it is pretty crazy from here. And the net profit is about 730 million to 800 million, even much more profitable. So this is about more than 40% profit margin. Okay, so pretty amazing. And the assets on platform, right, is about 2.25 trillion. Okay, so representing 11% of crypto asset market share. All right, so it is not a small player. It's one of the major players. It's the largest player in North America. Okay, China is still the leading country when it comes to cryptocurrency investment. All right, and but that is how it is. Okay, and it is not far behind. Right, Coinbase is quite a big player in this space. The good is one of the indirect ways to benefit from the booming cryptocurrency space, right? So for maybe some of you do not want to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum directly, but you want to benefit from this booming market. How can you do it? One way is to invest in companies like Coinbase, where they sell the services let people transact, let people invest, let people spend, let people save, let people borrow and lend, right? All this cryptocurrency, and they collect a fee as a centralized exchange because they're the middleman. Okay, so it's akin to like selling the shovels, right, to those who are going for the gold rush. Okay, instead of going for the gold, you sell the shovels to the gold diggers, and that itself can make a lot of money as well, right? So that's a good part. Okay, you still stay in the stock market, all right, something that you're familiar with, without the need to go into owning the cryptocurrency directly, and you still can benefit from the trend itself. Okay, so second good thing is you can see they have very great financial performance. It's already profitable, and it's very profitable, and very huge growth, right? So if this cryptocurrency craze is going to go on longer, they are going to make more money naturally. And they're already a market leader in North America, right? And typically this is a winner take all market, and the winner will keep winning more and more, right? Their market shares is likely to increase even more, fueling their success even further. Okay, riding on a growth trend, right? As I established just now, this cryptocurrency, it seems like this trend is a lot stronger, or this bull run is a lot stronger than the previous one. Okay, so to me, cryptocurrency have already survived 2 crashes in the past, and it hasn't died, and each time it comes back, it becomes stronger. So for something that don't die and keep coming back stronger, I do believe that this is going to be a sustainable long-term trend. Yes, granted, there may be crashes in the future too, but what we can see from here is that I think cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's not going to go away anytime soon, and that is good news for Coinbase. Lastly, because they are very profitable, right, and they have started to use that retained earnings to invest in other companies, okay, or other cryptocurrency projects, like Dapper Labs, OpenSea, DeFi projects. I'll go into a bit more later. Okay, this slide. All right. So the venture investments, you can also go to their website and take a look. They have a portfolio of investment they have done. So they have like a decentralized finance investment, like into Compound, BlockFi, Synthetics. Okay. So this is a whole big field by itself, right? There are, of course, a lot more DeFi tokens out there, and also some of them were invested by Coinbase itself. And NFTs, okay, that's a rage today. Non-fungible tokens. Dapper Labs, this is the NBA Top Shot, okay, so that caught a lot of attention, right? And OpenSea is also the largest marketplace for you to buy and sell NFTs. Right, the secondary market. Okay, so they have investment in all this very exciting new fields or new applications in cryptocurrency. And last one is this is a Web3. Okay, another new movement to build a new internet, right? A decentralized internet rather than a centralized internet we see today. So there's the Graph protocol, they've invested in it too. All right, so you can see cryptocurrency have a lot more directions, a lot more niche, a lot more sectors. And that is what makes it exciting, right? And a lot more matured compared to a few years ago, right? Cryptocurrency has a lot more real world applications compared to the past. And with all this investment, some of them can become very valuable in the future, right? And that benefits Coinbase shareholders again. Okay, so they are acting like almost like a Tencent in the crypto world. That's the way I see it, right? They're really putting a lot of the money, capital to work, investing in other companies, tokens, projects. All right. So let's talk about the bet as well. Okay. As a cryptocurrency exchange, right? That means that they thrive or they make money when there are more transactions. The problem is there can be a cycle. There will be some periods where the interest in cryptocurrency may drop, especially after the performance is not as good as before, right? Maybe it's very flat, or in fact maybe it's on correction, post correction. The kind of interest may wane. That would cause Coinbase not be able to make so much money as what they did in 2020 and 2021. Okay, so that is one risk. And another one is that there can be more competitors, right, that's coming up, stealing market share from them, even though they are a market leader now. Maybe some newcomers may come in, less likely, right, more challenging, because once Coinbase reach a certain size, it has network effect, but it is not impossible, okay, as more competitors come in. Or they may face competition from the Chinese counterpart as well, right? So all these are possible. But tougher regulations. If this cryptocurrency craze goes out of hand, that means that the government may step in to regulate it, or in some countries they may force people or make it illegal, right, to trade cryptocurrency, which is also possible. This is one unknown that may happen. And rise of decentralized exchanges, right? As I share with you, Coinbase is a centralized exchange, is a middleman. Okay, so it matches the buyer and the sellers. But in the crypto space, there are decentralized exchanges as part of the DeFi movement. Okay, decentralized finance movement. So, which means the algorithm or the blockchain itself is the middleman. Okay, there isn't really an entity that sits in between and collect fees from there. Some of these decentralized exchanges do collect a small fee, okay, to reward some of the people who stake their tokens, right, to provide liquidity. Okay, they call it liquidity provider, right? But that is only fair. Okay, it doesn't go to the middleman; it goes to those who provide the liquidity. All right, and that is how the decentralized exchanges, if they get popular, people may move away. Okay, but it's not easy to use these decentralized exchanges now. Okay, it's a lot more complex compared to using a centralized exchange. So I think the risk or threat is not obvious yet. All right, so I would think that out of all these four, probably the waning crypto interest is the one that's more likely. Okay, once the craze settles down. All right. So in summary, this is a keenly anticipated listing. I believe you should trade above the reference price, which is not released yet at the time of this recording. I'm not sure how much eventually they'll price this direct listing. Okay, and it has fantastic financial performance. As you can see, it is rare to see a fast-growing tech company that is making money already, that's profitable. Okay, at listing. Right, it's a market leader and in the growth area, so it still have a lot of space to grow. And in the market, in a winner-take-all market, as well as having the network effect, it will lodge in their leadership position more and more. Okay, as I said, one of the threat is decentralized exchanges, which may pose a threat if successful. Right, it is not likely at this point in time. Okay, but I will see that out of the threats that I listed out, this will be the biggest threat if it's successful, right? But the most likely threat would be the interest in cryptocurrency wane and less transaction happen in Coinbase that result them in collecting lower fees. Okay. And lastly, most important question, right? Would I participate? Okay, this is not financial advice, it's not investment advice, this is just what I'm going to do. I am quite positive about it, about this Coinbase, but I also think that the reference price the share price will trade way above the reference price, right? By the time I'm able to buy it. I may just take a very small position, but I think that it won't, for that kind of high price that I expected, would not justify for me to take a big position or a usual or even normal size position that I go in typically, right? So I do think that the most I would do is just a small bite, okay? And we'll see from there. Right, so that is my view on Coinbase. And if you like more of these videos, please remember to give us a thumbs up if I did a good job, right? And remember to subscribe to the channel so that we can give you more of these videos, right? I try to do this once a week, okay? And if you have any good ideas of what I should cover, you can also put it in the comment box below. Right, all the best, and I'll see you the next video. Cheers.